We are pleased to be here with you today. There are many different things we have to tell you, many different aspects of your reality that are currently in transition and change. Currently, there are waves of energy, waves of transformation that are impacting your planet at increasing frequencies. The rate of change on the earth plane is accelerating to such a point that you experience your day-to-day reality in your waking consciousness differently than you did decades ago. The acceleration of your planet is only going to continue to increase rapidly and increase your rate of evolution of both your consciousness, your physical being, your energetic being. Your vibration is being raised to become closer to match that of spirit. There are different waves of reality, different emotions that are coming up to be released and processed and expressed at this time. We want you to become conscious of your daily waking reality, the different tumultuous emotions that you feel, how you can breathe through the transition and change. Become aware of the light beings that are surrounding you at all times, helping you to breathe through the negative, toxic emotions, allowing your emotional body to resettle at a higher frequency. Any tumultuous emotions that you feel are coming up for processing so that you can let them move through your emotional body and completely release them from your field to be healed at this time. Allow yourself to feel the difficulty and the turmoil. Don't get caught up in the storyline so much in what happened, what was said, but rather allow yourself to process the emotional experience in your body directly, allowing yourself to feel the vibrations that exist in your subtle being, in your energetic being, your physical being, and sit with them, experience them fully, allowing the pain to be and to drift out of you. The only way to stop the karmic cycle of constantly recreating the traumas and the experiences and the situations that you've been playing over and over again in your life, in your lifetimes, is to allow yourself to fully process and heal the emotions that are coming up at this time for healing. We would recommend that you give yourself time within the day in your busy schedule upon first waking, just to fully sit with your energy current where it is, to fully process anything that may have come up in the dream state, to allow yourself to embody a higher frequency of consciousness where you are subtly aware of the energies that are coming up within you, of what your blocks are that you're working through, so that you don't need to play them out with such intensity, so that you can be consciously aware of what's going on in your process and your interactions with your fellow humans, and understand why the dynamics that you've created are interplaying the way that they are. Once you bring this consciousness and awareness to your daily reality, you'll be able to shift out of emotionally frustrating situations faster and not feel the need to draw in similar situations that match that vibrational frequency of the frustration or whatever emotion you're experiencing. By allowing the frequencies of lower emotions to pass through the physical body, you'll be able to transcend that karmic reality and have the freedom to create a new reality in higher consciousness. Move on to your next lessons, your next stages, your next opportunities for evolution, and focus on the contribution that your soul intended to make. We'd recommend that your physical body and your ailments are all instructing you towards healing. Your body is very wise. It's a tool that you are aligned with, your subtle frequencies are aligned with, and it's constantly sending you messages to either adjust your lifestyle, telling you that you're off track, or indicating that you're on track when you're in harmony and balance and feel full energy. In your physical body, it's like your body is a tool, an extension of your soul, It's only going to help you in this lifetime when you betray or go against the initial intentions that were set prior to your incarnation and physical body. Your body responds to indicate that you're going in the wrong direction. By subtly tuning into the body part or the condition that you are having frustrating frequencies with, you can easily begin to learn and understand how you've gone off path or what energy needs to be directed through different channels and currents so that the energy in your body can flow freely as well. Any blockage of energy in your body is symbolic of blocks in your consciousness, your life, your physical reality that you have the power to shift. Your body is creating an opportunity for you to see the struggle in your daily life in a way that you can control and influence it. By bringing it home to the physical body, it sometimes makes things more frustrating for you in your human experience because sometimes you don't feel you have as much control over the human physical form as you would desire to. But we challenge you to believe that you have full control over your physical form, over all of your ailments, and that your ailments will disappear and dissolve when you come into peace and harmony with the frequencies in your life, the lessons that you're learning, and the contribution that you're meant to make. We recommend that you become fully attuned to the subtle frequencies of energy flowing through your body at all times. There are lines of energy, meridians flowing through the physical body connected to the soul body, the subtle body, the energetic realms, the other planes and realities of existence, that everything is interwoven, interconnected at extremely interpenetrating rates and frequencies. It's an extreme subtlety that your consciousness hasn't fully analyzed or processed in the scientific field, but we want you to be aware that your body has an energetic receptive capacity to feel eons of time and distance and space away, that you have the subtle frequency and ability to tune into events across the galaxy, let alone the energy of the person sitting across from you in the room. You have such depth of caliber, such infinite capacity. With the human body, your entire organism and structure is set up as an embodiment of the divine and is set up to communicate with all of the divine, with the infinite cosmos. We recommend that you begin to awaken to these capacities so that you don't feel so alone in your physical incarnation. Your soul misses the connection to the infinite that you experience when you enter the subtle realms, leave the physical body, and we recommend that you begin to experience this sense of oneness and infinite connection when you are even in your physical form. We challenge you to recognize that you have this full capacity, even if you don't fully perceive it yet. You can begin to tune into these realities of being able to experience energies eons across the galaxy by opening your perceptive field. The energy circuits within the body, the nadis, everything can be subtly opened to allow more light to flow into it. You are rotating towards galactic center in such a way that your light body, your energetic being, your physical being can begin to upload and download higher frequency currents and receive more energy that can be stored within the physical body and within your vibration. So it's an excellent time to begin to attune to these higher energies, higher frequency consciousness. So when you sit in peace, in meditation, in divine rapture, with long deep breathing and peacefulness, begin to subtly open the energy columns of light within your physical body. You can command them open. You have the full capacity to increase your radiance and the energy that flows to you. You have the full capacity to receive downloads of knowledge from interstellar galaxies and beings. You have the full capacity to transmit knowledge telepathically, to both receive it instantaneously from being in someone's subtle presence, as well as to transmit it simply by your intention. We recommend that you begin to communicate in these other capacities, other ways. It'll help ease some of the struggle and confusion that you experience on the earth plane. Not all of the tumultuous energy needs to be fully disclosed and discussed all the time. There can be much more communication that doesn't need to be verbalized. This type of processing will allow you to accelerate your evolution without creating karmic lines, karmic influences. By speaking things into word, into vibration, you automatically create the result where you will be on the receiving impact of those words as well. By beginning to attune to the telepathic frequencies, the ability to transmit information non-verbally, you open yourself up to wider capacities to create by bringing more consciousness to the words you bring into form. We recommend that you begin to act from this space and knowingness and only use your tools for conscious communication and conscious creation in effective ways, only speaking of the reality which you desire to experience and not all of the other confusion and turmoil that you go through. That way it can pass through your being and experience more readily without you dwelling on situations so much. We recommend that your emotional processing of these other frequency currents can be transmitted to human beings in your atmosphere who can pick up on your emotional reality and hold compassion for you and send frequencies of love and light without you needing to directly communicate your experience. Much can be held and seen and known in a look, a subtle gesture. Not everything needs to be a verbal communication. We recommend that you become more conscious of the words that you speak into creation, as creation revolves around the spoken word. We feel that there are higher frequency currents of energy trying to flow up from the earth through your spinal column, through your physical body, through your energetic being out into the cosmos, that there are certain waves of energy that the earth is receiving that are being picked up, that she is vibrating through you. These are healing energies and vibrations that she's sending, causing you to help to wake up and raise your consciousness. And she's crying in her own pain. There's different amounts of disclosure and things being communicated and disclosed that the human body has the capacity to receive and understand directly from the planet Earth. We recommend that you begin to communicate more consciously with your Earth Mother and be more receptive to the messages that she's sending you constantly, continuously, and begin to build a constant communication with her, asking, receiving guidance, physical possessions, doing what you feel so called to do to be in harmony and balance with her. That there is a direct interplay between your energies and frequencies, that your sense of disconnection is drastic and is extreme in some segments of society, and in others has been brought into much more peace and consciousness. We recommend that you implement practices where your connection with the Earth Mother is put as a priority, where you spend time, even just minutes a day, consciously sitting on the earth, receiving the subtle frequencies, the energies beginning to wake up to the messages that she's sending you. It'll allow you to tune into the changes that are happening all across the planet and the galaxy. She is receiving transmissions from the core of an interstellar star system, from the center of the galaxy, that is then being transmitted to the population and the entities inhabiting the planet. She's part of a communications cycle vibrating at the same rate, transmitting certain frequencies that are meant to be received so that you can open up your own subtle capacities, your own ability for understanding, your intellect, your wisdom, your ability to communicate telepathically, your realms of higher consciousness. We want you to begin to be more receptive to these states of being that have been outside of your normal waking reality, what you've perceived as the real world or acceptable or physical reality. We want you to begin to open your mind's eye to realize that the world, the galaxy, the universe is vibrating at a rate of creation where you have the conscious ability to change and shift instantaneously, that you hold tremendous power to create a world of destruction, to create a world of heaven, that the choice is ultimately yours, and we want you to begin to perceive your own power and to become more conscious about your actions and your intentions, your words, your creations, and your vibrations. That once your perceptive capacities open, you'll feel humbled or have more perspective on the past things that you said or communicated and how they created your reality subsequently. We want you to become aware of and perceive the light that surrounds you continuously, that is always available for your absorption, for you to raise your higher frequency current. Your bodies are shut down to such an extent that you are experiencing more turmoil and darkness that can be released and let go of. We want you to know that you have the full capacity to experience heaven on earth at this time, and that you're letting go of the vibration of density and accelerating the particle velocity of your physical and emotional spiritual being to rise into a higher dimensional plane. That is the ascension path on your planet that is happening currently. It is a subtle raising of this vibrational field that groups of consciousness, groups of humanity are undergoing. So while you are still very much in the physical reality, you are choosing to raise your vibration where you experience it very differently. While the density is still there and exists, it's not in your reality or your existence, and we're indicating to you that you have the conscious choice to choose which reality you create and experience, and encourage you to begin to vibrate with less density like spirit and experience the higher dimensional frequency energies that you desire in this incarnation.